Thank you for joining me again on reading one chapter a day through the entire Bible in the Message translation of the Bible. Today we get to Jeremiah chapter 48. The message of Moab from God of the angel armies, the God of Israel. Doomed to Nebo, levelled to the ground. Kiriathaim, demeaned and defeated. The mighty fortress reduced to a molehill. Moab's glory, dust and ashes. Conspirators plot Heshbon's doom. Come, let's wipe Moab off the map. Dung-faced Damon will loudly lament as killing follows killing. Listen, a cry from Horonaim, disaster, doom and more doom. Moab will be shattered. Her cries will be heard clear down in Zoar. Up the ascent of Luhith, climbers weep, and down the descent of Horonaim. Cries of loss and devastation. Oh, run for your lives. Get out while you can. Survive by your wits in the wild. You trusted in thick walls and big money, yes? But it won't help you now. Your big god Kamesh will be hauled off, his priests and managers with him. A wrecker will wreck every city, not a city will survive. The valley fields will be ruined, the plateaus, pastures destroyed. Just as I told you, cover the land of Moab with salt. Make sure nothing ever grows here again. Her towns will all be ghost towns. Nobody will ever live here again. Sloppy work in God's name is cursed, and cursed all half-hearted use of the sword. Moab has always taken it easy, lazy as a dog in the sun, never had to work for a living, never faced any trouble, never had to grow up, never once worked up a sweat. But those days are a thing of the past. I'll put him down to work hard labour that will wake him up to the world of hard knocks, that will smash his illusions. Moab will be ashamed of God Kamesh, as Israel was ashamed of her Bethel calf gods. The calf gods she thought were so great. For how long do you think they'll be saying, "We're tough, we can't be beaten anywhere"? The destruction of Moab has already begun. Her choice young soldiers are lying dead right now. The king's decree. His full name, God of the angel armies. Yes, Moab's doom is on countdown. Disaster targeted and launched. Weep for Moab, friends and neighbours, all who know how famous he's been. Lament. His mighty sceptre snapped in two like a toothpick, the magnificent royal staff. Come down from your high horse, pampered beauty of Didon. Sit in dog dung. The destroyer of Moab will come against you. He'll wreck your safe, secure houses. Stand on the roadside, pampered woman of Aroah. Interview the refugees who are running away. Ask them what's happened and why. Moab will be an embarrassing memory, nothing left of the place. Wail and weep your eyes out. Tell the bad news along the Arnon River. Tell the world that Moab is no more. My judgment will come to the plateaued city of Holon, Jahaz, Mephaath, and Didon, Nebo, and Beth Dilathaim, and Kiriathaim, Beth Gamul, and Beth Meon, on Kirioth, Bozrah, and all the cities of Moab far and near. Moab's link to power is severed. Moab's arm is broken. God's decree. Turn Moab into a drunken sot, drunk on the wine of their wrath, a dung-faced drunk filling the country with vomit. Moab, a falling down drunk, a joke in bad taste. Wasn't it you, Moab, who made cruel jokes over Israel? And when they were caught in bad company, didn't you cluck and gossip and snicker? Leave town, leave. Look for a home in the cliffs. You who grow up in Moab, try living like a dove, who nest high in the river gorge. We've all heard of Moab's pride, that legendary pride, the strutting, bullying, puffed up pride, the insufferable arrogance. I know God's decree, his rooster crowing pride, the inflated claims, the sheer nothingness of Moab. But I will weep for Moab. Yes, I will mourn for the people of Moab. I will even mourn for the people of Kirahares. I'll weep for the grapevines in Sibmah, and join Jazer in her weeping, grapevines that once reached the Dead Sea, with tendrils as far as Jazer. Your summer fruit and your bursting grapes will be looted by brutal plunderers. Lush Moab, stripped of song and laughter, and yes, I'll shut down the winepress, stop all the shouts of hurrahs of harvest. Heshbon and Elel will cry out, and the people of Jahaz will hear the cries. They will hear them all the way from Zoar to Horonaim and Eglath Shesalah. Even the water of Nimrin will be dried up. I will put a stop to Moab, God's decree, to all hiking to the high places to offer burnt sacrifices to the gods. My heart mourns for Moab, for the men of Kirahares, like soft flute sounds carried by the wind. They've lost it all. They've got nothing. Everywhere you look are signs of mourning. Heads shaved, beards cut, hands scratched and bleeding, clothes ripped and torn. In every house in Moab there'll be loud lamentation. On every street in Moab, loud lamentation. As the pottery jug that no one wants, I'll smash Moab to bits. God's decree. Moab ruined. Moab shamed and ashamed to be seen. Moab, a cruel joke, the stark horror of Moab. God's verdict on Moab, indeed. Look, an eagle is about to swoop down and spread its wings over Moab. The towns will be captured, the fortresses taken. Brave warriors will double up in pain, helpless to fight, like a woman giving birth to a baby. There's nothing left of Moab, nothing at all, because of his defiant arrogance against me. Terror and pit and trap are what you are facing, you, Moab, God's decree. A man running in terror will fall into a trap. A man climbing out of a pit will be caught in a trap. This is my agenda for Moab on Doomsday, God's decree. On the outskirts of Heshbon, refugees will pull up short, worn out. Fire will flame high from Heshbon, a firestorm raging from the capital of Sihon's kingdom. It will burn of Moab's eyebrows, will scorch the skull of the braggarts. That's all for you, Moab. You worshippers of Chemosh will be finished off. Your sons will be trucked off to prison camps. Your daughters will be herded into exile. But yet there's a day that's coming when I'll put things right in Moab. For now, that's the judgment on Moab.